Hi, I'm Laura Damschroder. I've been attending Chelsea First United Methodist Church for almost 2 years as of this summer. My story takes place in 2016. It was a gray day. We have lots of those here in Michigan. I was living in downtown Ann Arbor, and on this particular day, I felt very gray myself. I just felt very despondent in my spirit. I was on my way to visit my mother, who had dementia and lived in a nursing home in Ypsilanti. My father had passed away earlier that year. I did not look forward to these visits with my mother. They were very difficult. She did not recognize me, other than maybe little flashes in and out, of her eyes every once in a while. And it was just very difficult. It was a difficult time. And so anyway, I'm in my car on my way to visit my mother, and I'm passing the train station, and at the bottom of State Street, there's a steep hill, cobblestones, difficult to walk. I noticed out of the corner of my eye that there was an elderly African-American woman with a big suitcase, and she was walking up the hill, and it looked like she was getting directions from a couple of other people. I drove on by, kind of thinking, wow, maybe she needs some help. I probably went another half mile and turned around because I just felt this nudge to go and offer some help. This was really outside my comfort zone. I do not pick people up on the side of the road. I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel safe. Nonetheless, I turned around and I drove up and asked her if she wanted some help, or if she would like a ride. And she said yes, and she wrestled her suitcase into the back seat of my car. She got into the front seat. She sat down and just kind of a big sigh and just deflated. And I asked her where she wanted me to take her, and she just started weeping. And she said, "I'm not really sure. I live in Jackson, or I lived in Jackson, and I just felt the Lord telling me to move to Detroit. And as we're passing by Ann Arbor, He urged me to get off the train and to stay for a while. I have no idea how long a while is, or where to go exactly. I do trust, but I'm also weary." And as I listened to her story, I wept with her, and I gave her words of encouragement. And it turned out I needed those words of encouragement. Things like, God is with you, and He gives you the strength that you need to bring you through the day and to do what you need to do. And as we drove, and we drove around for about an hour just talking, and she shared and I shared, and we cried together. By the end of our time together, her face was just radiant, and she had a smile, and she said, you can take me back to the station. It's time to catch the 3:00 train to Detroit. I think that God's while is up, and I think He asked me to get off here because I got to meet you, and you have given me strength and hope and reminded me of God's presence in my life. And I said, you have done the same for me. You have uplifted me. And we hugged, and she went back on the train and continued on to Detroit. And I will never forget this woman because, Jesus says, follow me. It's so simple, but kind of impossible to do. At least I feel that way. But here's a woman who actually does. And this story, this event for me reminded me that God is there. And all I need to do is trust. And He'll show up, regardless of what the circumstances are. Thank you.